Right, I need you to look at the tail number on that private jet immediately. GCVIP just touched down at Farnborough Airport, and mainstream media is calling this a medical visit. They're lying. What really happened 30,000 feet in the air changes everything we thought we knew about this family. The palace PR machine is terrified this legal strip order leak will cause a constitutional meltdown before the weekend. Sources inside Clarence House who witnessed the deafening silence upon Harry's landing told me things I can barely repeat on camera. This isn't about taking sides. This is about the cold, hard reality of the letters patent currently sitting on King Charles's desk. February 20th. Remember that date. The day the legal strip order was finalized. 5,000 miles traveled for a 12-minute meeting. Section 1 of the House of Lords Expulsion and Suspension Act. These aren't random numbers. They're breadcrumbs leading to the biggest royal scandal in decades. Hi viewers, have you ever traveled thousands of miles only to realize you walked into a trap? Let me know in the comments below. Harry steps off the jet expecting negotiation. His security detail moves with practiced precision across the tarmac. Expensive shoes hit concrete with confidence. This man believes he's about to win something. The February wind cuts through his jacket, but he doesn't flinch. Champions don't show weakness, except there's no royal car waiting. Just Keisha Williams, the king's personal attorney, standing beside a black sedan with tinted windows. Her briefcase sits rigid in her left hand. Her expression remains professionally blank. Harry's security chief, Marcus Thompson, stops mid-stride. His earpiece crackles with urgent whispers. "Your Royal Highness." Keisha's voice carries zero warmth. "I have documents requiring your immediate attention." Harry's smile falters. This isn't the welcome committee he expected. The airport suddenly feels too quiet, too empty. Even the ground crew has vanished. "Where's the palace car?" Harry asks. Keisha opens her briefcase with mechanical precision. There's been a change of plans. The envelope she hands him bears the royal seal. Official weight. Legal consequences. Harry's hands shake as he breaks the wax. The first line makes his knees buckle. Notice of status review, immediate effect. Marcus steps forward, but Keisha raises her hand. "This is a private matter, Mr. Thompson." Harry's eyes scan the document. Each word hits like a physical blow. The children's titles. Meghan's Duchess status. His own position within the firm. Everything he thought was protected. Everything he assumed would remain untouchable. Gone. "This can't be legal," Harry whispers. "Page 4, subsection 12, Keisha replies. "Your signature from 2020 authorizes this exact action." The trap wasn't set today. It was built 2 years ago using Harry's own words against him. The contract he signed thinking he was protecting his family has become the weapon destroying it. But why was the king's personal attorney waiting at the hangar instead of delivering this through proper channels? The document trembles in Harry's hands like a death sentence. Every word rewrites his reality in real time. His breath comes in short bursts. The tarmac spins beneath his feet. This isn't happening. This can't be happening. Section 3. Keisha continues, her voice cutting through his shock. Cessation of all royal privileges. Effective immediately upon service of notice. Harry looks up from the papers. "You served this on a plane? In international airspace. Maritime law applies at altitude, Your Highness. The service is completely legal. The trap was perfect. They waited until he was committed, airborne, unable to turn back or seek immediate legal counsel. 30,000 feet above the Atlantic. His entire world got rewritten without his knowledge. Marcus shifts closer. "Sir, we should contact your legal team." "Already done," Keisha says, producing a second envelope. "Ms. Markle's representatives have been notified. The Archwell Foundation accounts are frozen pending review. Harry's phone buzzes. Meghan's name flashes on the screen. He can't answer. Not yet. Not while his knees are threatening to give out on foreign soil. The meeting with His Majesty? Harry manages. Cancelled. This document serves as his official response to your security requests. 2 years of negotiations. Months of back-channel communications. Hundreds of thousands in legal fees. All leading to this moment. This parking lot. This woman with dead eyes delivering his execution notice. Harry remembers the last conversation with his father. The king's voice had sounded tired but hopeful. "Come home, son. We'll sort this out properly." Those words feel like poison now. Bait for a trap that took 2 years to spring. "There's more," Keisha says. Of course there is. There's always more when your family decides to destroy you systematically. Harry braces himself for whatever comes next. The Frogmore lease agreement is terminated. You have 72 hours to remove personal belongings. Even their home. Even the cottage where they brought Archie as a newborn. Where Lilibet took her first steps during their last visit. Memories built on property that was never really theirs. Harry's security detail exchanges glances. They know what this means. No royal protection. No diplomatic immunity. No safety net spanning continents. Just a man with famous parents and a target on his back. "One more thing," Keisha adds, almost as an afterthought. She hands him a third envelope. Smaller, heavier paper. The king's personal seal pressed deep into royal blue wax. Harry breaks it open with shaking fingers. For words. Written in his father's handwriting. "You chose your path." But why did the specific clause in the notice mention the children's styles if this was supposed to be about Harry alone? Meghan's phone explodes with notifications at 3:47 a.m. California time. 17 missed calls from Marcus. 43 text messages from various numbers she doesn't recognize. Her publicist, her lawyer, her agent, all saying the same impossible thing. It's over. She sits up in the Montecito mansion, silk pajamas twisted around her legs. The notification screen keeps refreshing with new disasters. TMZ has the story. Page 6 is running headlines. The BBC is calling for comment. Duchess title stripped in royal purge. Sussex brand faces global collapse. Archwell accounts frozen amid legal review. Her hands shake as she dials Keisha Martinez, her entertainment lawyer in Beverly Hills. Voicemail. Again. Everyone who matters is either sleeping or avoiding her calls. The coffee maker gurgles to life downstairs. Harry's security detail never sleeps, even when he's gone. Especially when he's gone. But their paychecks come from accounts that no longer exist. Meghan's laptop shows 47 emails from Netflix, 31 from Spotify, 12 from various production companies, all asking the same question. What happens to existing contracts when there's no Duchess to fulfill them? Her phone rings. Unknown international number. Meghan. Harry's voice sounds hollow. Defeated. "We need to talk." "I know. I've seen everything." "How bad is it?" "Worse than we planned for. They used our own words against us. The interview with Oprah. The court documents. The children's birth certificates. Everything we said about wanting privacy. They made it legal grounds for removal." Meghan walks to her home office. Contracts and agreements cover every surface. Multi-million-dollar deals built on a title that just got legally erased. The Duchess brand isn't just damaged. It's extinct. "What about the kids?" she asks. Silence on the line. Too long. Too heavy. "Harry. They're American citizens. They're safe. But the titles. Gone. Pending review. Which means gone." Meghan sinks into her desk chair. Archie's artwork covers the wall behind her. crayon drawings of castles and crowns, pictures of a family that officially doesn't exist anymore. Her laptop pings with a new email. The subject line makes her stomach drop. Urgent. Contract termination notice. Sussex Royal Brand License. She opens it with trembling fingers. Legal language. Termination clauses. Financial penalties for failure to deliver agreed-upon services. They're not just losing their titles. They're losing millions in existing contracts. Deals signed when Duchess status seemed permanent. Guaranteed. Untouchable. There's something else, Harry says through the phone. What now? William called an emergency meeting at Adelaide Cottage 2 hours before I landed. Marcus heard it from Palace Security. They knew exactly when to serve the papers. The trap wasn't spontaneous. It was choreographed, timed, executed with military precision while Harry was locked in an aluminum tube above the Atlantic. But what was in the leaked email from the major talent agency that changes everything? The meeting room at Clarence House feels like a morgue. Harry sits across from 3 people who used to call him family. Sir Clive Alderton, the King's private secretary, checks his watch every 30 seconds. Lady Susan Hussey adjusts papers that don't need adjusting. Keisha Williams studies her fingernails with professional detachment. Nobody speaks for the first 2 minutes. The silence stretches like a guitar string about to snap. Harry can hear his own heartbeat. The grandfather clock in the corner ticks with metronomic cruelty. Each second costs him more than most people earn in a lifetime. Well, Harry finally says. Sir Clive clears his throat. His Majesty has reviewed your requests regarding security arrangements. And they've been denied. All of them. Every single one. Harry expected negotiation, compromise, some face-saving solution that would let everyone walk away with dignity intact. Instead, he got execution by committee in a room that smells like disappointment and expensive furniture polish. May I ask why? Lady Susan opens a leather portfolio. Your public statements regarding the institution. Your court filings in multiple jurisdictions. Your commercial arrangements that exploit royal connections. She slides photographs across the mahogany table. Screenshots of interviews. Legal documents with Harry's signature. Marketing materials featuring royal imagery. You made your choice, Sir Clive continues. The institution is simply responding accordingly. Harry studies the evidence of his own destruction. Every interview he gave thinking he was defending his family. Every legal filing he signed believing he was protecting his children. Every business deal he made assuming his royal status was permanent. All of it used against him with surgical precision. The children never chose this, Harry says. Neither did the institution, Lady Susan replies. But here we are. Keisha Williams finally speaks. Mr. Windsor, you have 48 hours to respond to the formal notice. After that, all decisions become permanent and irreversible. 48 hours to undo 2 years of damage. To repair relationships that might be permanently broken. To save titles that his children will never remember having. Harry stands up. The meeting lasted 12 minutes and 17 seconds. He knows because the clock on the wall has been counting down his royal life since he walked through the door. That's it. That's it, Sir Clive confirms. No handshakes. No good wishes. No acknowledgement of 37 years of shared history. Just 3 people watching a prince become a private citizen in real time. Harry walks toward the door, then stops. Does William know? The Prince of Wales was briefed on the situation, Lady Susan says carefully. Briefed or consulted? The pause tells him everything. William didn't just know. He helped design this moment, this room, this legal execution disguised as a family meeting. Harry reaches for the door handle. His fingers shake against the cold brass. "One more thing," Keisha Williams calls out. Harry turns back. "Your father wanted you to have this." She slides an envelope across the table. No royal seal this time. Just his name written in the king's careful handwriting. Harry pockets the letter without opening it. Some humiliations deserve privacy. But what did Harry leave on that mahogany table that he can never get back? William stares out the window of Adelaide Cottage, watching his security team conduct perimeter checks. Catherine makes tea in the kitchen behind him. The children's laughter echoes from upstairs, innocent of the family destruction happening in real time. His phone buzzes with updates every few minutes. Harry has left Clarence's house. Harry is driving toward Frogmore. Harry is alone except for Marcus Thompson and a driver who doesn't speak English. "Is it done?" Catherine asks, bringing him a cup of Earl Grey. "Almost." William's strategy required surgical timing. Serve the legal papers when Harry was trapped on a plane. Schedule the meeting for minimum time, maximum impact. Ensure no witnesses except palace staff bound by confidentiality agreements. His younger brother never understood the mathematics of monarchy. Every royal action creates equal and opposite public reactions. Harry's interviews damaged the institution's credibility. His court cases threatened constitutional stability. His commercial deals commodified family relationships. Something had to give. "Any regrets?" Catherine asks. William considers the question seriously. Regret implies emotional investment. This was business. Cold calculations about institutional survival versus personal relationships. "He made his choice in Montecito," William says finally. "We're simply honoring his wishes." The palace phone rings. William's private secretary, Jean-Christophe Gray, appears in the doorway. "Sir?" "It's Prince Harry." William takes the call in his study. Heavy curtains block the February afternoon sun. His desk holds 3 photographs. Catherine and the children at last year's trooping of the color. His grandmother during her final public appearance. His father's coronation invitation, still unopened. "Harry." "William, we need to talk." "I think you've said enough." "Please." 5 minutes. As brothers. William checks his watch. 4:17 p.m. In 43 minutes, the evening news will break the story. Social media will explode with speculation. Republican movements across the Commonwealth will use this as evidence that monarchy is outdated, irrelevant, destructive to its own members. "You have 3 minutes." "The children don't deserve this." "Neither do mine," William replies. "But your interviews put all of our families at risk. Your legal cases threaten the institution that pays for their security. Your commercial deals turn royal connections into profit margins. I never wanted to hurt anyone. Intent doesn't matter. Results do." Harry's breathing sounds labored through the phone connection. "Dad won't take my calls." "Can you blame him?" "I'm still his son." "Are you?" "Because your Netflix deal suggests you're a content creator who happens to share DNA with the King of England." The words hit their target. William hears Harry's sharp intake of breath. Good. Truth should hurt when it's been avoided for 2 years. "There's no way back?" Harry asks. William looks at the coronation invitation on his desk. His father's biggest moment as king. The ceremony Harry will now watch from California like any other private citizen. "You burned the bridge, Harry." "We're just acknowledging the ashes." The line goes dead. William sets the phone down and returns to the window. His security team has finished their checks. His children are safe. His wife is making dinner. His father's crown remains stable. Sometimes protecting the future requires sacrificing the past. But why did William hold that secret meeting at Adelaide Cottage just 2 hours before Harry's plane landed? The flight manifest from GCVIP tells a story mainstream media refuses to touch. Marcus Thompson discovers it by accident while reviewing security protocols at Farnborough Airport. 3 passengers traveled with Harry that day. Only one name appears in any official reports. Dr. Amelia Richardson, constitutional law specialist from Oxford University. Her signature appears on 17 legal documents filed between October 2023 and February 2024. Documents Harry never saw. Contracts Harry never signed. Amendments to agreements Harry thought were finalized years ago. She wasn't a passenger. She was the architect. James Mitchell from the Attorney General's office boarded the plane at Heathrow. His briefcase contained preliminary injunctions ready for immediate filing. Restraining orders targeting Archwell Foundation assets. Cease and desist letters for Sussex trademark usage worldwide. The legal machinery was already in motion before Harry's wheels left American soil. But the 3rd passenger changes everything. Lady Patricia Knatchbull signed the manifest using her maiden name. Patricia Mountbatten, Prince Philip's cousin. The Queen's closest confidant during her final years. A woman who understands royal protocol better than anyone alive. She carried a single document in her handbag. A letter written in the late Queen's handwriting. Dated 3 days before her death. Instructions for handling the Sussex problem if reconciliation proved impossible. The Queen planned this moment from her deathbed. Marcus photographs the manifest with shaking hands. His security clearance allows airport access, but not document reproduction. He's committing a federal crime for evidence that could destroy or vindicate his employer. The timestamp shows Lady Patricia disembarked before Harry arrived at Clarence House. She went directly to Windsor Castle. Emergency meeting with King Charles. 37 minutes behind closed doors. Whatever she told the king changed his mind permanently. Harry's security detail finds Marcus in the airport bathroom, burning the photographs with a cigarette lighter. The evidence turns to ash in a chrome sink. But Marcus already memorized every detail. Sir. Marcus approaches Harry in the Frogmore Cottage kitchen. We have a problem. Harry looks up from packing Archie's toys into cardboard boxes. Bigger than losing our titles? Much bigger. Marcus explains the passenger list. The legal documents. Lady Patricia's involvement. Harry's face goes white as the implications sink in. His grandmother orchestrated his destruction from beyond the grave. She knew, Harry whispers. She knew we'd never come back. There's more, sir. Marcus pulls out his phone. Shows Harry a photograph he managed to save. A signature at the bottom of the flight manifest. Written in elegant script next to Lady Patricia's name. A witness signature. Someone else knew about the Queen's final instructions. Someone who flew to London that day to ensure they were carried out exactly as written. But whose signature was found on the manifest that proves this royal purge was planned months ago. King Charles sits alone in the Balmoral study where his mother died. February snow covers the Scottish Highlands like a burial shroud. The fireplace crackles with logs cut from trees she planted 60 years ago. Her presence haunts every corner of this room. The letter lies open on the desk before him. His mother's final command, written in shaking handwriting 3 days before her death. Instructions he hoped he would never need to follow. Charles, the monarchy cannot survive another abdication crisis. If reconciliation fails, you must choose the institution over the individual. Even if that individual is your son. She understood what Charles refused to accept. Harry's path leads to constitutional crisis. His interviews question the legitimacy of hereditary privilege. His court cases challenge parliamentary sovereignty. His commercial arrangements commodify royal relationships. The institution or the individual. Crown or son? Charles chose the crown. His phone rings. William calling from Adelaide Cottage with updates on the Clarence House meeting. Everything proceeding according to the plan they developed in November. The plan their grandmother designed before her death. How is he? Charles asks. Destroyed, William replies. Completely destroyed. Good. It means the lesson is landing. Charles feels no satisfaction in his son's pain. But monarchy requires cruel mathematics. Personal feelings become secondary to constitutional stability. Love becomes luxury when crown jewels hang in the balance. The Queen taught him that lesson during the Diana years. Public sympathy for a wronged princess nearly toppled the institution. Only Diana's death stopped Republican movements from gaining permanent political power. Harry and Meghan represent the same threat. Charismatic outsiders challenging ancient systems from within. Their popularity makes them dangerous. Their victimhood makes them unstoppable. Unless they're stopped completely. Any word from Meghan? Charles asks. 17 calls to the palace switchboard. All refused. Keep it that way. Charles walks to the window overlooking the gardens where his mother used to walk her corgis. She spent 70 years protecting this institution from internal threats. Political scandals, family divorces, Republican movements, constitutional challenges. She sacrificed personal relationships for institutional survival. Her sister Margaret's marriage prospects. Andrew's military career. Charles's first marriage to Diana. Now Charles makes the same sacrifice. His relationship with Harry dies so the monarchy lives. The public reaction? Charles asks. Polling shows 63% support for the decision. The Republican movement lost 12 points overnight. Your approval rating increased by 9 points. The Queen was right. Decisive action against entitled family members strengthens public support for royal authority. Citizens respect leaders who choose duty over emotion. Charles opens his desk drawer and removes another letter. This one addressed to Harry, written in his own handwriting. Words he hoped he would never send. You forced me to choose between you and the crown. I choose the crown. Always. He seals the envelope with royal wax. Red like blood. Permanent like death. Final like the Queen's last breath. But Charles doesn't know that Harry is already planning one final, desperate attempt to reach his father through an unexpected intermediary who might change everything. Harry's Range Rover crawls through London traffic at 11:43 p.m. No police escort. No blue lights clearing the path. Just another expensive car in a city full of people who no longer recognize its passenger as anyone special. Marcus drives with professional calm, but his eyes keep checking the mirrors. 3 cars have followed them since leaving Frogmore. Paparazzi hunting for the money shot. A broken prince returning to exile. Sir, we have a situation. Marcus points to the left mirror. Black BMW with tinted windows. Same car they spotted outside Clarence House. Following at precisely the right distance to avoid detection. Professional surveillance. Palace security? Harry asks. Unknown. But they're not media. Harry's protection status ended at 6 p.m. when the legal papers took effect. No more armed officers. No more threat assessments. No more secure communications. Just Marcus Thompson and whatever weapons he can legally carry in central London. Which isn't enough. Harry's phone buzzes with a text message from an unknown number. Claridge's Hotel. Room 412. Come alone. Don't even think about it, Marcus says, reading over Harry's shoulder. It might be important. It might be a trap. Harry studies the message again. Someone knows his location. Someone knows his phone number. Someone has access to a 5-star hotel in the middle of a media storm. His phone rings. Unknown international number. Harry. The voice sounds familiar but impossible. Who is this? Someone who can help. But you need to come alone. I don't take meetings with strangers. Room 412. 1 hour. Come alone or spend the rest of your life wondering what you could have saved. The line goes dead. Harry stares at his phone like it contains a bomb instead of a conversation. Marcus pulls the Range Rover to the curb. We're not doing this, sir. What if it's real? What if it's not? Harry looks out the window at people walking past without recognition. Yesterday, crowds would gather for a glimpse of royalty. Tonight, he's invisible, anonymous, ordinary. I've lost everything else, Harry says finally. What's one more risk? They drive to Claridge's in complete silence. The BMW follows at the same careful distance. Marcus parks across the street from the hotel entrance. Valet attendants in red uniforms wait under bright lights. 5 minutes, Marcus says. After that, I'm coming up. Harry walks through the lobby alone. Marble floors echo with his footsteps. Crystal chandeliers cast shadows that follow him to the elevator. The 4th floor hallway stretches like a tunnel toward room 412. He raises his hand to knock. The door opens before his knuckles touch wood. Hello, Harry. The woman standing in the doorway should be impossible. She died in a car crash 25 years ago, but her voice sounds exactly like the recordings he keeps on his private phone. Harry's knees buckle against the hotel carpet. But who is this mysterious woman in room 412? And what forward message did she carry that could change everything Harry thought he knew about his family? The woman in room 412 isn't his mother. Harry's eyes adjust to the dim hotel lighting and reality crashes back into focus. Diana Spencer Wellington, his mother's distant cousin, sits in a leather armchair wearing clothes that could belong to any wealthy London socialite. The resemblance is intentional, calculated, cruel. You look disappointed, Diana Wellington says. You look like someone who should be dead. Clever genetics. We shared a great-grandmother. Harry remains standing near the door. Every instinct tells him to leave. Nothing good happens in hotel rooms at midnight when your royal protection has been stripped and your family wants you gone. What do you want? Diana Wellington opens a manila envelope on the coffee table. To save your children's futures. She slides photographs across the glass surface. Archie and Lilibet playing in the Montecito garden. School documents with royal titles listed as pending review. Bank statements showing frozen trust funds established by their great-grandmother. How did you get these? I have friends in useful places. Harry studies the documents. Someone has been tracking his children's movements for months, photographing their daily routines, accessing their financial records, building a case file like they're criminal suspects instead of innocent kids. The Queen left instructions, Diana Wellington continues, contingency plans for various scenarios, including this one. She produces a second envelope. Royal seal, Elizabeth R. Harry's hands shake as he breaks the wax. If reconciliation proves impossible, the children's titles and financial provisions must be protected from their parents' poor decisions. Alternative guardianship arrangements have been established. The words hit Harry like physical blows. His mother-in-law's worst fears materialized on royal letterhead. They want to take the children. This isn't legal, Harry whispers. International custody law disagrees. Archie and Lilibet are British subjects with rights independent of their parents' choices. The Crown has obligations to protect their interests. Diana Wellington stands and walks to the window overlooking Brook Street. Traffic moves in endless streams below. London never sleeps, even when royal families tear themselves apart in expensive hotel rooms. There's another option, she says without turning around. What option? Complete capitulation. Public apology. Return to working royal duties under strict supervision. Your children keep their titles. You keep your family intact. Harry's phone buzzes with a text from Meghan. Kids asking when Daddy comes home. What do I tell them? He stares at the message until the words blur together. Two children who don't understand why their grandfather suddenly hates them. A wife who built her identity around a duchess title that no longer exists. A father who chose the crown over his own son's happiness. I need guarantees, Harry says. You're in no position to negotiate. Then why are we talking? Diana Wellington returns to her chair. She picks up a third envelope. Smaller than the others. No royal seal this time. Because your father asked me to deliver this personally. Harry opens the envelope with trembling fingers. For words written in King Charles's handwriting. Come home, my son. But what did Harry choose in that hotel room that would change the course of his children's lives forever? Harry stands at the departure gate of Heathrow Terminal 5, watching his reflection in floor-to-ceiling windows. The man staring back looks older than his years. Defeated, hollowed out by a family that chose institutional survival over personal loyalty. His phone contains 47 unread messages from Meghan. He hasn't answered any of them. How do you explain surrender to someone who taught you to fight? Marcus Thompson approaches with boarding passes and bad news. Sir, there's been a development. What now? Paparazzi at LAX. Hundreds of them. Someone leaked your arrival time. Harry's return to California will become a media circus. Cameras documenting his walk of shame from international royalty to ordinary citizen. The palace probably leaked his flight details to ensure maximum humiliation. Change of plans, Harry says. Book a private terminal. With what money, sir? Reality hits like cold water. The accounts are frozen. The trust funds are locked. The credit cards are cancelled. He has enough cash for coffee and a newspaper. Nothing more. I'll figure something out. Harry's phone rings. Unknown number. He almost ignores it, then remembers Diana Wellington's warning about missed opportunities. Harry. The voice belongs to Tyler Morrison, his former private secretary. Someone who left royal service 6 months ago citing irreconcilable differences with palace management. Tyler? How did you get this number? I kept copies of everything. Documents. Recordings. Evidence of what they planned to do to you. Harry's pulse quickens. What kind of evidence? The kind that could destroy them the same way they destroyed you. But it comes with a price. What price? You have to be willing to burn down the entire institution. Not just your father. Not just William. The whole system. Harry looks around the departure lounge at ordinary families taking ordinary vacations to ordinary destinations. None of them worry about constitutional crises or Republican movements or choosing between crown and children. I'm listening. The Queen's final letters contained more than instructions about your situation. She detailed decades of cover-ups, financial irregularities, constitutional violations, things that would make the Andrew situation look like a parking ticket. Tyler's voice drops to a whisper. She was protecting the monarchy by documenting its crimes, insurance against internal threats. But she never expected the threat to be her own grandson. Harry closes his eyes. His grandmother spent 70 years building the modern monarchy's public image. Now her own records could destroy everything she worked to protect. Where are these documents? Safe place. But Harry, if you use them, there's no going back. No reconciliation. No mercy from anyone in your family. The boarding announcement echoes through Terminal 5. Flight 287 to Los Angeles. Final call for passengers. Harry looks at his boarding pass. One-way ticket to exile. return to a country that never fully accepted him as one of their own. Or he could choose the nuclear option. Tyler. Yeah. Send me everything. Harry walks toward the gate knowing he just declared war on the British monarchy. His children will grow up reading about their grandfather's institution in history books instead of living rooms. But some bridges deserve to burn. The expensive lesson of trying to have your cake and eat it too just became everyone else's expensive lesson about what happens when you corner a wounded animal with nothing left to lose. Did the palace plan this strip order to coincide exactly with the king's recovery? Or did they create a monster they can never control? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next explosive chapter in this royal warfare. The custody details that will genuinely shock you are coming tomorrow. Share this story with someone who needs to understand how power really works when family becomes the enemy. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's build a community that won't let the truth be buried by palace PR machines.